We recently brought you the news that Power Book 4 had been cancelled back to 2026. Well, it's cancelled in general. I mean, season 3 is the final season, but 2026 is the final season, and it is when it airs. But as you can see on screen, Joanna Paula, alright, the man that plays Brayden, released this footage from behind the scenes. So as you can clearly see, we have got Diana Tejada and Tariq St. Patrick on the set of Power Book 4 Force. And obviously there's another man, Brayden. He's filming it. He posted it on his Instagram. Right, so let's just break it down here. Tariq is a new member being added to Force. No one can really act surprised about the fact that Tyrese is in this. We've seen how Power Book 2 ended. He got the phone call for Tommy. It wasn't confirmed that it was Tommy, but we all put two and two together that it was Tommy, and yeah, it obviously makes sense. So Tariq, there's nothing really surprising about that. Brayden is obviously in this show as well. As you can see, he's been filming. He was filming this for an Instagram reel. Now what I would say about Brayden is Tommy obviously wants manpower. That's what it feels like. At the end of Power Book 2, Tariq's obviously he's set up in New York again. It's not exactly to the greatest level, but he's still got a crew. So, but then what's Tommy up? But we're family. You know, Brayden's never met Tommy, hasn't he? Not. So that'll be a funny interaction in itself. So I've got not too many complaints about Brayden, right? But Diana, it's like what does Diana bring to the table? You know, she's a decent shot. She killed Noma's daughter for halfway across, but then, if it just feels a bit forced though. We're in this war and we're going to bring her. It's like these TV shows, man. 9 times out of 10, these wee wars and battles, it's always between men. You know what I mean? And I feel like bringing Monet Tejada, who by the looks of it looked like she was just going to settle down in New York and build her own crime syndicate or whatever. It's probably not the way to go when you personally look at it. And again, it's like, is Tommy going to be okay with this? Yeah, just bring her around. We're going to get a scene where Tommy's like, R.I.P. Monet, Mary J. Blige, R.I.P. man. Is that how it's going to go down? Who knows? But yeah, so the 3 new cast members, folks, just in case you've not been listening, are Tariq, Monet Tejada, and Brayden Weston. Will they add any more? I mean, they could, but let's just look at it. Power Book 2 ends. Kane's on the run. Kane is not going to be in there. Well, I mean, I guess he could be, right? Because I think this show in this universe sometimes just throws fucking logic at the window. Tommy essentially fakes his death in Power Book 2, Season 1, right? And then by the end, he's in Chicago and New York know about it, but they can't act on it. So is Kane moving to Chicago? Come on. It could very well be possible. It can very, very well be possible that Kane ends up moving to Chicago, but I don't think it will happen. People talk about his own spin-off. I don't think so. As for Drew, he said he's away to do some course in Paris, oui, and a puffery. So I think that rules him out. I mean, who else have you got? I mean, literally everyone. I mean, Davis, he's a New York lawyer. He's not going to go to Chicago. Sack's obviously dead. I think him and Tommy could have some one more funny interaction. I mean, who else? Effie. I'm fucking glad if Effie doesn't go to Chicago. Effie's just not needed, right? Effie, leave this life behind you and don't bore me on my television screen. I just can't stand Effie. I just can't stand her. Always crying about people betraying her, and then they bring in Drea De Matteo as her mother, and that's it. It was literally a one-off scene. You don't bring out a big actress like that for a one-off scene. Well, at least in my opinion, you don't. But for whatever reason, they did. But as you can see, guys, Tariq St. Patrick in the house. I mean, I think adding these 3 to the show is good. I just feel like I get it. Tariq's one guy, and it's his nephew, But then Tommy just getting help for these guys just seemed incredibly cheap. Like, and I've said this in the Power Book 2 reviews. It's like it's almost like Tariq's never grew up. Yeah, obviously he looks a lot older than what he did in season 1 of Power, but him and Brayden still seem like they're 15. They get no build and they don't look like men. So, wee bit cheap there.